Hello and welcome to the 2025 Discraft Supreme Flight Open. We are here in round 2 of the 3-day weekend in Brooksville, Florida. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're your two hot geese.
Honk.
All right, fresh back at it. Beautiful day out there. A little less windy, a little cooler. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, we have like a great weekend for weather-wise. We saw some rain last year. We saw some chilly weather last year. So it's nice to be out here and enjoy the Florida sunshine. Feels like spring, even though it's still not quite March. Don't forget to check out, we have 50% off at JomezPro.com this weekend only. New season, big discounts. Go check it out.
Holyn Handley shredding the course yesterday, ending at 5 down and with an eagle, right? And then she's 1 stroke ahead of Macie Valediaz, who also, how many of them finished with an eagle? It doesn't matter.
There was a lot.
There was
11
lot.
eagles.
Rebecca Cox and Valerie Mandujano rounding out the card at 3 down.
Let's start things off with hole 1, low ceiling, high floor. We see that a lot at this course with all the elevation changes and beautiful big low tree branches and Spanish moss. This one's pretty straightforward, 278 feet, plays more like 360-ish. It's a huck up here. The hill behind the basket drops off within about 15 feet and it is very steep. It's easy to find a drive down there or miss a putt and watch it roll.
Teeing off first. With a score of 5 under par, she is your leader from Grapevine, Texas, Holyn Handley.
She's my leader. I'd follow her anywhere.
I'm loving the new high sock trend.
Yeah, really lengthens the legs.
A little early out of the hand. Burns into the ground, but still gets a lot of distance.
I'm going to add and say it's a huck and a half, not just a huck.
Morristown, Tennessee, Macie Valediaz.
Mom power. Love to see Macie back at it. She's performed well here in the past. I believe she had shot one of the hot rounds last year in round 1. She did not get a lot of practice this week, mom duties, but still came out, shot a 4 down yesterday. She's just going to do a quick little reset.
So Macie and Rebecca both finished with an eagle yesterday to get their spot on lead card. Holyn ended up with a birdie, but what a lead card of crushers. That was a good stop, and I hate saying that.
Yeah, but she hit a branch / Spanish moss and still got to the bullseye.
West Side Tournament Burst King. Can't be stopped.
Macie back on Team Dynamic Disc this year.
Rebecca with a little bit of a lower line with Ballista there.
From San Antonio, Texas, Valerie Mandujano.
Valerie, not quite as much distance generally as these other ladies, but impeccable form, super smooth. Gonna be a fun card to watch. Also, check out that putting.
Yeah, and she is one of the best in the game on technical disc golf. She knows how to hit a gap, and it requires a lot of technical shots out here.
And she still has great distance, obviously. Not to, you know.
Rebecca with a little sidearm to the basket. We haven't seen Rebecca throw a lot of these little short sidearms. That looked great.
She started doing it more last year, but she's looking comfy.
Valerie knew out of the hand that wasn't in. Maybe a little sound over to the right side.
Look at that lunge. Like,
Holyn just opting for the layup. Macie. Oh, no.
A little nervy, a little undercommitted.
Hole 1 played pretty tough yesterday. Not a lot of birdies on the card. You can see why the tough par 3s are kind of a theme out here on this course. I think most players are finding their birdies on the par 4s today.
And 5s.
And 5s, yep. Today, it's still played as a relatively easy hole on the course, but there were only 4 birdies.
Yeah,
2 circle 2 putts from Paige Pierce. Kat Merch was on my card. And she made one from down the hill. It was so cool.
Awesome. Like, how far are we talking?
Circle 2, it was probably like a 45.
Nice.
Maybe 50.
We're going to check in with last year's winner and current world champ, Evelina Salonen. Oh, my gosh. It's just so
Incredible.
far. Yeah, she had the same distance yesterday, but was out to the right a little bit more and had a more open look. We'll see what she can do from there.
Ella Hansen with a really soothing color palette on her outfit today.
I am soothed.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
And
just that disc, I feel like, added to it.
Yeah, and pretty much a mimic to Evelina's shot. They're in the exact same little framed up spot. Ella pulling out this sidearm that I was telling you guys about yesterday. Look at this.
Huck and a half. That's unbelievable. Look at, she just absolutely parked it.
It's so far. You definitely have to take some off the tee here just to make sure you're hitting that gap. And you also do not want to flare skip into this rough. So this sidearm is every bit of 340 or 350.
Mm-hmm. And Evelina, a very powerful sidearm thrower, ending up short. So I think just kind of highlighting how impressive that was from Ella.
Evelina with a powerful stance.
Woo!
Oh, look at that little technical putt.
She loves it.
Starting out
cool.
birdie.
Little gap. Oh, yeah, that is taking a lot of strokes on the field. Approximately 2. And let's just stay with them, folks. Ahead on the third, throwing downhill. You see a lot of mid-range shots. It looks like that's what Ella is throwing, and she gets like a fortunate little bounce. It's really hard to land exactly in this road. If you do, you have the chance to attack for birdie, but the angle's kind of tough throwing up this hill.
Ella going slow speed again here, relying on some glide, letting that disc push really far and straight. After going up the hill, she's inside the circle for another birdie.
Look at this morning light for a second.
It's so nice on this hole.
Just generally in the moss. Love it. Ella, birdie herself. Oh,
yeah.
Rebecca's slow-mo hair.
Yes.
I can watch that forever. Evelina tied with Holyn, 2 holes ahead, excuse me.
And here's that hole 2 we just watched.
Yeah, par 4, 661. OB on the right side, so you don't want to turn it early. You do want kind of a nice flexing shot or maybe just a straight up turnover that ends maybe a little bit more to the right than we saw Evelina and Ella end up because you're a little bit pinched. Forehand, if you have it, is the play. It's a very technical backhand to get there. It is possible, but you tend to see longer putts with that shot.
Yeah, it's really easy to accidentally blast the backhand deep. You see a lot of putts back from circle 2 with a low ceiling.
This one is our first changed hole from last year. It's lengthened, pushed out to the right. Holyn kind of little sawed off on the hyzer and in the rough just a bit.
There is barbed wire all the way down the right-hand side of the first half of this fairway. We get 2 meters of relief here, but you can see everyone's kind of shying away, making sure not to add an OB stroke on this already very long par 4.
Plus there's that little bubble, so you usually have at least a little something, even if your footing's not great. Yeah, it feels sketchy to throw something on Anheuser with that road right there. Ooh, Rebecca. Yeah.
Flexing it past that corner tree that can grab discs.
Oh, that's her Lucid Evader. She threw that all last year. She's a genius with that disc. Valerie with a pretty, I mean, you could see the shot shape was there. It was just a little too far to the right. And that's why it's so risky and why we saw multiple competitors bail out early on the left.
Valerie having a similar problem here, getting a little too much turn on the disc. There was a bit of a headwind coming up that fairway, but there was not really much noticeable strong wind today, just a little here and there. But Valerie is known to really work some flippier discs. She's very good at angle control.
Oh, check out this sidearm.
Macie's crushing the disc right now.
Yeah.
She's been playing, I know she played a ton of pickleball in the off season.
There's got to be some skill transfer there.
Yes. Rebecca with a little bit of a slip in the dewy grass, comes out early. She'll have a very easy up and down for par, but no look really for birdie bar a throw in.
Birdie bar. Holyn stretched out, throwing a sidearm. Good power. Maybe just a bit too high to get through that last corner, but should be a pretty easy par as well. Or short, anyway.
Valerie's fourth with the OB stroke. A really nice little simple hyzer forehand into the green.
Macie from a similar spot, a little closer, throwing something nice and stable, letting the disc do the work, and she looks parked.
Even though I don't mind this change, it definitely does bring the birdie count down. There was only 3 birdies on this hole today. Last year, I feel like we would see more people birdieing more consistently.
Yeah, it was one of the easier holes, I think, last year.
Kind of an unnecessary change, but I do like it just to get things away from the sawgrass. It definitely adds time to playing the holes, trying to get to your discs, and it's just unpleasant.
Yeah, my body's scratched enough, so I don't mind the change. Valerie doing what she could after that OB stroke, keeping it to a single bogey, minimizing her errors.
We saw Ella and Evelina with birdies. The only other 3 on the day was Henna Bloomroos. Wow, only 7 competitors, even to circle 2 in regulation. This hole plays tough.
This course plays tough.
It sure does. It's another check-in with Ella Hansen. I remember that car so well.
Yeah. Ooh, love that line. Slight hyzer right into the middle. That's absolutely perfect.
This is one of the tee pads where you have no room for error. If you mess up, you're not just gonna like hope, ooh, kick me out into the fairway. No.
Oh no.
Oopsie. No, it's a very scrambly result if you find yourself not throwing a perfect shot. Even Evelina with the perfect shot's kind of pinned up against a fairway tree.
Yeah, that was a really aggressive shot. I mean, she's much farther up there than Ella, whose shot is arguably perfect. Like, Evelina really pumped that down there.
This second gap is very difficult as well. You can take the inside one that we saw the camera pointed down. Ella opts for the outside.
Oh.
If you overthrow it at all, you slide down that hill towards an OB line. Evelina doing what you're supposed to do. If you put the disc to the right side of the fairway, it makes the second shot pretty straightforward.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool. It's really hard to do what she did, though. I mean,
it is.
Yeah.
It's basically a dead straight shot at a really narrow up and down fairway.
Yeah, and if you miss, it's over. Oh, Ella.
Wow. Is that circle 2?
I think I detected a small hop. Yes.
Yeah.
I couldn't quite. It was a big putt. We get a little fist bump from Ella. That's a turkey.
There are not going to be many of those this weekend on this course.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Evelina.
Putt is looking confident.
Yeah.
2 of only 8 birdies on. Oh wait, they were on hole 4 now.
And Evelina and Ella really setting the tone. Both 3 down through 4 holes. The best score was 5 down yesterday. So just do some math. It's impressive.
Here we are on hole 3 that we've already gotten to watch people play. 507 feet. This first shot, though, with the downhill, you don't need much disc. You are more worried about going left than you are about going far. Landing short is the worst mistake that you can miss because you have to continue to wrap while going very, very steeply uphill. Your second shot, I kind of like hugging that inside corner. It is a little risky, but it does almost always guarantee you getting deep inside the circle. I like an overstable putter here. Holyn opting for a little bit more of a higher route. You can really play as aggressive as you want, though. You can play to the bottom of the hill, play to the middle of the hill. And we even watched, who did we watch yesterday that got way up the hill? Cat Merch?
Evelina? Wait.
Evelina. Oh, yeah, it was Evelina. Macie trying to get way up the hill.
Oh, yeah, she is. But I don't know about that. I think that's going to be kind of rough.
Yeah, she tried to. Keywords.
Ooh. Rebecca, I like this line.
Yeah.
Sometimes you end up going a little bit deep, but it's usually more workable to go deep than to be short.
Yep.
That was great.
Yeah, that little pile of rocks is a really great indicator of a good shot.
Probably damaged that disc a little bit, though. It's a rough landing. And Valerie disking down a little bit.
Yeah, Valerie a little short. I kind of thought
Yeah.
this short left side is so brutal.
There's a couple gaps, but they're tiny. And
Yeah.
Macie with, this is horrible.
Yeah, it's pretty common to watch people like kind of chop their way up that left side. Macie committing to going right. There is an OB line over there, but it looks like she checked up.
Rebecca's second shot. She went Grand Grace off the tee, being really aggressive to get up there. And that looks, man, that had all the power. She's still going to have a putt. It looked like she was going to go 100 feet deep, actually. She threw that thing.
Holyn opting for the standstill on the hill. I think that's a great play.
Holyn looking a little more relaxed today than yesterday. I mean, and she played great yesterday, but I don't know. Something about Island Holyn here.
Yeah.
Party hop? No, Island. Yeah.
Yeah.
Relaxed.
Valerie taking the inside route. Love this. Look at that. Almost.
Oh,
To
beautiful.
the bullseye. Macie's third. Very easy to save par from here.
Yep, just that easy.
There were 8 birdies on hole 3 today, putting it right in the middle of the pack on difficulty.
See if Rebecca can get one. Ooh.
How did that come out?
A little right side, little high.
On a good
But on a
hyzer,
good
though.
hyzer. Yep,
I
yep,
know, I
yep.
loved it.
It was a great putt. Valerie with a nice par putt there.
This is one of the few greens that doesn't feel like you're a nervous wreck.
Speak for yourself. No, there's no hill.
There's no hill. There's
Yeah.
no OB.
Holyn getting her first birdie of the round there.
And a few pars is good here. That one, it's very easy to let it stack. Let's do another check-in with Evelina on 5.
Yeah, probably it's got to be the shortest hole out here. Yeah, 247. Wow, beautiful shot. It's difficult to park this hole. You end up going past it very often. Or, shorting it on the bluff. But Evelina, 4 down through 5 holes.
She's looking to defend.
Yeah, she is. Holyn looking to dethrone.
Success is not linear. It takes time and it takes belief. A belief that there is no ceiling and that the bar can always rise higher. A belief that if you set your sights to the horizon, the future will meet you there. That no matter who you are or what you've done, there's always something to prove. Disc golf was built on the backs of people who dream. And out here, what started as a dream is now a decade-long catalyst that turns dreams to moments. In our 10th season, we invite you to join us as we celebrate this beautiful game and all the moments that make it great. Catch all the action, all season long, live on the Disc Golf Network.
Hole 4, we saw it once, but look at this beautiful morning fog. Just love it. It's a par 4, 523 feet. We saw Evelina attack with the straight line, which brings that right side into play. You see a lot of kind of gentle hyzers that make the second shot harder going through this central gap here. It's narrower than it looks, and it is uphill. So one of the birdies, distance-wise, you feel like, yeah, anyone can reach it, but two incredibly technical shots back-to-back. There is OB on the right side the entire way.
This tee shot is so hard.
Yeah.
You can see what happened to Holyn here. That is probably the most common mistake, I would say, is catching those two trees or even flipping it up into that tree line. You do see a lot of early releases as well.
Yeah, but we're going to take that tree down. It gets hit so often. That looks great.
Yeah, Macie with a little bit more of a conservative line. It is going to put her in a position where the second shot is going to be very difficult.
But she's out there.
She's out there.
I don't know. I'd take that left side in the center in every time because otherwise I just end up going deep, just so straight. It's a really difficult thing to do what Evelina did and end up on that right side.
There's Rebecca with the early release. Really fortunate break.
Yeah.
We love that kick.
Looking good. There it is. There's the tree. Every time you think it looks perfect out of your hand, there's that tree. It's fun.
It's fun. We love this.
That's fun. I believe that's that Lucid Evader from Rebecca. Just gorgeous.
It's hard to land on this hill and get it to lay down. You can see where the hill crest, it is so steep on the other side. If you throw it too far, you can very quickly bring OB into play.
Valerie just kind of pitching out. It's a good placement shot.
Holyn locked in.
Yeah, it looked a little kind of lower and softer than. I'm just surprised she didn't throw it harder.
Yeah,
it wasn't very aggressive.
Yeah, that I'm telling you, that hill. You fall.
You're telling me?
You fall down that hill. You're OB.
You're telling me?
I'm telling you.
You don't think I know?
Macie catching one of those guardian trees, getting the bad kick left into the rough.
Hate the bad kick.
We hate it.
Valerie taking the right side gap, which is a bit more open, and getting, up to maybe 40 feet, 45.
Yeah. And look at Valerie. She, even with the pitch out, a really great one right in the middle. It's still such a tough up and down. There were 8 birdies on this hole today.
Okay.
Only 10 competitors even getting to circle 1 in regulation.
But
15 to circle 2.
Sorry, both 3 and 4 getting more birdies than yesterday.
Yes.
Oof.
Every birdie.
Oh.
Every birdie just feels like such a celebration out here.
It's a treat.
Yeah, there are no gimmies.
A little delight for you.
Oh.
Yeah, there really isn't a single gimme birdie out there.
And what's happening with Valerie right now? Two over through 4 holes. It happens really quickly out here. Just one mistake and it just kind of trickles into bogey land.
Yeah, you don't have to be off by much for this to happen. Again, yesterday, only, the top 7 women were under par last year. I think, same thing, only the top 7 were under par for the tournament.
Okay.
And now it's playing a stroke or 2 at least harder. How many strokes do you think? Harder.
With 16,
and harder 17.
New 2, harder
and
17.
new 2. 3?
Yeah, I think 3.
Okay.
Because I don't think they made anything easier.
Very slightly 18.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Let's see. They made the OB rules harder, though, on 18.
Yeah, you're right. All right, it's a wash.
It's a wash. So hole 5, we saw Evelina absolutely park this. It's very straightforward. That little OB area you see on the hole preview on the right is not OB. It is casual. You can play from in there if you would like, if you get yourself to a safe lie, but there is the option to go to the drop zone at the bottom of the hill. You can't see the basket from there, but it is possible to throw it in. It's just the player's option here. Holyn can go from anywhere.
And do anything.
Oh, you can actually go from where it last crosses inbounds as well. So many
Can
options.
you?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I should read the T sign. I didn't know that. It's almost harder though to go from there than the drop zone.
Yeah.
So
the drop zone is very fair.
Yeah, Macie with a similar story, both sliding back quite a ways.
It's so frustrating to get to this tee pad and be like, oh, finally, just throw it. And then, because you're not worried, there's no OB. You just got to throw it. And then you just chuck it into the side of the hill and you're like, what's wrong with me?
Yeah. I've been there. It's deceiving. It's short, but you really got to give it some height and some power, more than you think. Like that, Rebecca with a fusion evidence.
And it's more, instead of just a dead straight shot, you can't really put any flex on it. It's more a pushing hyzer.
Yeah.
You can see Valerie trying to flex.
Or a very tight flex.
Yeah, very, very.
And Valerie does get up there. She'll have a long look for birdie. And Macie just opting to go from the drop zone. Being farther back, it's easier to hit the cameraman. I like a forehand from there. Holyn going from the hillside. This would be amazing.
She laid down standing up.
Yeah. Valerie outside the circle looking at a birdie.
Oh my
all over it.
goodness.
She's so close to having a good round. Rebecca in for birdie. Good bird. One down now through 5.
Out of 40 something.
44
competitors. There were 13 birdies on this very straightforward hole.
Oh, nice.
It shows you just how much more difficult it is than it looks.
But we're getting better than better than yesterday. So tomorrow, man, it's probably gonna double. It's not true.
That's math, folks.
An exponential curve. If there was a fourth day, we'd all birdie it.
No bogeys.
Yeah. Ella ahead on the 6th, throwing a great hyzer. This one, if you can get wrap the corner enough, this shot is in everybody's wheelhouse. It's still a pretty solid rip, but it's kind of a pretty simple shape.
Ella just navigating this course with slow speed discs, and that is the dream. That's another reason I really like this course, because distance really does not give you much of an advantage. It's about how much you want to bite off.
Yeah.
And it's in every single player's wheelhouse at this tournament.
I mean, the advantage, I guess, is Ella's ability to throw the slower speed discs, though. But it's just it's a different type of advantage than we typically see.
Yep.
Yeah, it's cool. We don't really play anything else like this all year long.
No, I really love this course for FPO.
Me too. Hole 6 is a par 4, 671 feet. We just saw Ella do it. There is OB deep, so the typical error you're going to see is short left and kind of in the woods there with nothing much left. If you get around the corner correctly, like we saw Ella do, there is some sawgrass in the way, but it's pretty wide open, and they chopped a lot of this sawgrass out of here, so it's a little bit friendlier. It's a lot friendlier than it was last year. But this shot is deceiving. It's really easy to go deep and find that OB. It's really easy to saw it off and end up short.
Yeah, I think...
Ooh, wow. That's an aggressive line.
Yeah, I think an overstable putter or slower mid is all you really need here. But today I was feeling a little like I needed just a little extra. So I was like, I'll soft my fairway. That thing went 100 feet past.
Oh
it's just not a fairway hole. It's you do have to go slower.
Okay. To each their own. Mad's been ripping them far, if you were wondering. That was a great shot. I was listening to you. Who was that? Holyn with a great shot?
Yeah.
Macie going deep.
Probably through a fairway.
Thank you. Macie with a fairway.
This was the first time that we could feel a lot of wind.
Yes, yeah. You could hear it earlier while you were talking.
It was it right to left?
Yeah, it was wind. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it was right to left. I'm pretty sure. Maybe a little headwindy.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Valerie kind of just a patent pending stance, not really able to attack from there, but a solid shot. Rebecca in the sawgrass. Oh.
Oh.
Cool.
Yeah, some nice movement on the grass.
Macie giving herself a run up.
Yeah.
She's going for it. That looks good.
She's just making this look easy.
Yeah, I mean I don't know. That didn't look easy. She was in that
She didn't even have to
sawgrass.
throw it very hard.
Yeah, little baby run up.
Mm-hmm.
She's always had power, but she also looks very relaxed out here.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, well, no, I'm not going to guess what it's like to be a mom and how tiring that is. But disc golf probably seems like a nice breath of fresh air,
Yeah,
maybe.
a break.
Yeah, probably not stressed at all. Oh, nice upshot from Valerie. She's so good at that distance with those touch shots.
Rebecca's third. Standstill, little up and down shot. She's going to use this backboard and have kind of a funky stance on her putt. You see a lot of putts from strange places on this course. There's lots of little teeny plants, lots of rocks, lots of elevation around the basket. Just enough to get in your head.
Yeah. Holyn with a great birdie. Rebecca going to have to take the bogey there, and that's an error that can haunt you when you doink a putt like that. So hopefully she can just shake that off.
Macie taking her first birdie of the round, even though she's playing really solidly.
Oh, man. Just love the light out here.
Mm-hmm.
Can't get over it. Evelina's still hanging on to that 4 down through 7 now.
Hey everyone, Gannon here, and I want to invite you to compete in the Power Disc Golf Academy Championship Series. This is the only professional and amateur nationwide disc golf series, and everyone is welcome to compete. Qualifier events will be held in cities across North America. If you place high enough at a qualifier event, you'll earn the invitation to compete in our championship event at Eagles Crossing Disc Golf Course. Scan this QR code for dates and locations of the qualifying events. We hope to see you there.
Here we are at hole 7, another very challenging and specific par 3, 330 feet, slightly uphill. I think it plays a tiny bit longer than that. There was a little bit of wind on this one as well. Don't remember what the wind was, but it was there.
Present.
And I think there's not really one best play for this. I like a flex shot that gently fades into the screen. You get a little skip on all these dead leaves. You can throw a hyzer that pushes as well, but it kind of brings in the big one guardian tree on the right side.
I like the hyzer flip up to straight as well.
Yeah.
Also a good option.
That early tree comes into play a lot. There's also a second fir tree that you can find closer to the green, and it can make putting very difficult.
Macie, go ahead.
This green's sloped enough too where if your disc doesn't land flat, both on the putting surface and on the drive, you can roll a lot.
A lot. Macie, too far on the right, just by a bit, gets caught up. Valerie really turning hers over. That's probably a good tree hit. You can really travel down that hillside, as Madison alluded to.
Ooh, there's that hyzer flip Erika was talking about.
Just a bit short. That tree really gets in the way of a lot of putts. Whoa. Okay, Holyn is going to go alternate fairway. Like, she's up on the hill.
Mm-hmm, on the left side of the fairway.
Yeah.
What the?
And you can hear everyone's reactions because I've never seen anyone throw over there.
It looks like a wall behind the basket.
Is a wall, in fact.
Huh.
Pretty cool. Valerie, 2 pretty large errors in a row, still running it, and this is the danger.
There it goes.
There it goes. There she goes.
No. Saved by one of the trees.
I don't think I'd call that safe. Well, okay. It did stop.
It could have gone farther.
You're right.
We've seen him go farther. We've seen him
gone on.
We've seen him gone on.
Seen him gone and gone.
Valerie not even trying to mess around, just trying to land it softly. You're happy with par on this, and I wasn't sure if that was just a me feeling, but it's not. There's only 2 birdies on this hole today. That's
wow.
Crazy.
That played really tough.
Yeah, and what's crazy is both of them were parked. Rebecca Dawn and Hannah Bloomeroos both parked the hole. Nobody even made a circle one.
Whoops.
But
to be fair, it's hard to get in the circle.
Yeah, only 3 people did.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a tough par 3, especially with the wind.
A real toughie, as we say in the biz.
Yes, we do. Hole 8, this was a left to right crosswind.
Wow.
Evelina making it look simple. A downhill 465 feet. I think it plays still, though, around 400 feet.
Yeah.
It's a crush.
It is a crush. And the backhand gets really tight at the end there to not end up in the tree line. Ella working the power sidearm, which I think is a great way to get a putt, but she gets caught up.
It's not considered out of bounds. I
No,
guess not.
no, just the left side.
Yep.
But not comfortable.
What a great recovery shot.
Yeah, and a nice little rollout.
Oh.
Yeah, so uphill. Very easy to do that on this hole.
And this is a 2-stroke swing.
Yeah. Evelina bogey free, 5 down already. Through 8. And she holds the course record at 8 down when it was easier. Madison's just shaking her head for those of you who can't hear it.
Unreal. I'm glad we get to keep checking in with Evelina. I love watching her play. So this is the hole that we just watched Evelina play.
Oh yeah, it's my turn. Hole 8's a par 3. It's 465 feet. What a crush. You saw the backhand. You saw the forehand. They both work. The backhand tends to have a little bit more, I think, trouble that it can bring into play with that tree we just passed on the right, the OB line on the left, and just that tree line on the left as well is so dense and hard to even save your par from there. The forehand is a bit safer, but won't usually park the hole unless it's something truly special. I believe, didn't Holyn go forehand yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay,
I think maybe she's assuming the wind will help hold that disc in a flex. It did not. She catches some branches. Thankfully drops down safe. Does not hyzer all the way out. Macie's going to opt for the forehand. She's always had a really powerful sidearm. She goes for the hyzer. Comes out a little early. She's missing that early guardian tree, and that right side can be really tough to recover from. Sometimes you're forced to try to go up and over, but maybe Macie will have a way around to the green.
I'd rather be in there than the left, though.
Yeah, totally.
It's possible to scramble at least. And typical
Rebecca
mistake
losing
here.
her sunglasses.
Typical.
Typical. Doesn't filter through those branches as much as we'd like, but it looks like it didn't land directly underneath them.
I like this we talk. I feel like a unit. I feel unified.
Yeah, we're all one. Join us.
You are we. We are you. Oh, wow. Look at this. Oh, my.
Valerie just flexing on us.
Yeah.
We said that she couldn't throw far earlier.
Yeah, we did. We did say that. And we are wrong. Z Avenger SS. But this, I don't know, to me is more just a perfect angle control and use of the hill, which is exactly her skills, like we said earlier.
What a great shot from Valerie.
Unbelievable.
Isn't it wild that the last hole, hole 7, was 329 feet. We only had 2 birdies. This hole, we do have a downhill 465, but still plays like a crush, and we had 8 birdies. This played easier. Way more birdies.
Yeah, my brain can't quite compute that information.
Right?
Yeah.
It's shocking. This used to be one of the harder holes for FPO. Maybe this is a fluke of a day.
I don't think so. I think everyone's figuring it out.
Yeah, true. But not the last one.
Not the
weird?
last one.
Not the last one.
Yeah, it is weird. I'm just a goose.
Hole 7.
We have small brains.
Hole 7's haunted. Is
Oh,
what the
yeah.
problem
It is. Yeah.
Nice par save from Holyn.
Great putt.
Macie was able to find a gap. We're happy about that. And moving on.
Rebecca with a good putt. Even these short ones feel a little scary going uphill. And Valerie, who throws so far, absolute power player, crushing this hole, getting her first birdie of the day.
We love to see a bounce back from a double bogey with a roll away. Birdieing a toughie.
Man.
Valerie's just getting warmed up.
What a perfect angle. She released that on quite a bit of hyzer and just knows her discs and her angles so well. Evelina, 5 down through 8.
Let's wrap up the front 9 on hole 9, 387 feet. Another very challenging par 3. 387 plays like 400-ish.
Does it?
No. Plays like
I
360.
Yeah.
Plays like 350.
350.
Okay.
350, because I could reach it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's 350.
It's similar to the last hole where it's reachable by everybody, but it is a very, very distinct angle you have to throw it on. Evelina doing what no one else does. That right side working a flex is not a normal play.
Yeah. I mean, look how much power she put on that thing to pipe it down there straight. Usually you have to work the flex on the right side.
I wonder if that was intentional.
Such a good question. My guess is no.
That putt was certainly intentional, though.
My heart says yes, though.
Yeah.
Look at this little 2 birdie she's got going on. 6 down now. Say it with me. Valerie turning that one a little bit too much. It looked like the right line, just a little bit too far on the right side.
Holyn just trying to get on the ground. She doesn't want to mess around with that sawgrass wall. Macie
looks pretty good.
Yeah,
really good.
Through that
it is. Woo.
Hitting
Bases
the basket.
it. Let's see it again.
Oh my gosh. It literally, I think it buzzed a leaf off of the tree.
I saw one leaf fall. Yes, we did.
A green leaf.
Yes,
we sure did.
We saw it fall. Oh man, is this the play? No,
it's not.
It's not. Okay, Rebecca getting a little roll. She'll have a putt.
I landed here today.
It's awkward up there.
Absolutely brutal. Should be out of bounds. It's not. It will be next year.
I don't know. It was just as bad last year, and it's not this year.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I landed over there last year. It's horrible.
It is so rough.
Yeah, I've really avoided it. I'd rather be in the sawgrass wall than that right side, honestly.
I didn't think it was possible. Holyn just chipping up to the green. This is confusing again. There was only 3 birdies today. The stats are wild.
Yeah.
Here on moving day.
Valerie unable to salvage the par.
This course is funny. You really have to decide going in. Am I going to play? Or I guess it can be on a per hole basis. You're deciding how aggressive you're going to be because you have to go hard to get to a lot of these baskets. And it makes it incredibly unsafe.
Yeah. And if you don't go so hard, you can par out here and like not throw that difficult of shots if you place them perfectly.
Yep.
You know, it's hard to describe, honestly.
Yeah. This
come
course
out here
is
and play
awesome.
it sometime.
Yeah, you should. Should be a disc golf destination. It's very fun.
Macie with a bogey-free front 9, and with that birdie moving to 2 down on the round. Squeaky clean. Love to see it.
And that wraps up our front 9. Evelina, scorching hot so far. 6 down through 9.
Yep, got the 2 strokes over Holyn, who is 7 down, 2 down on the round. Still great. Macie 2 down. Cat Merch moving on up the leaderboard with a 4 down. And then after that, not a whole lot of people under par, which is what you'd expect out here at Olympus. Lots of mountains to throw down and up and around.
I know the back 9 is the gauntlet. That's where you really have to buckle in.
The whole 9 is the gauntlet?
Yeah, the back 9 in its entirely. No, actually, it's just the last. We go par 5, and then 3 of the hardest holes on the course in a row to wrap up the round. So come watch, come hang out. We'll talk you through the whole thing. Thanks to the Founders Club. I'm Madison Walker. Oh,
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. And we learned how YouTube work. So if you want to be a part of it, we are close to 500,000 subscribers, and you should be one. Please do that for us.
And also, don't turn your notifications off. Turn the bells on.
Turn the bells on.
Let them ring.
Yes.
We want to hang with you on your YouTube.
We are the two Huckies.
Honk.
Watch your body and I feel